very long time ago, a tiny star lived in the sky. A lonely little star he was, lost in the cold darkness. Of all the stars in the sky, he was the tiniest and the loneliest. No one ever looked at him, though indeed he had a very merry twinkle about him. Alas, people saw only the sun striding across the sky in his golden boots of fire. And the moon smiling at herself in her mirror of silvery frost. And the comets twirling like wheels of fire in the sky. Each night, the tiny star watched them from afar and thought, how glad I am to be a star, for they are my brothers and sisters, and how very beautiful they are. And oh, how lovely must they seem to everyone who sees them. Then he would sigh and think again. I know I am but a little star far off and away in the darkness. I know none can see me. Yet, if but one tiny child should see me and smile at me, I would be as happy as though I were the greatest shining star in the whole wide world. So each day and each night, he glowed with all his might, thinking, tonight, this surely is the night. Surely someone will see me tonight and smile. But again and alas, and always, the other stars were too bright, and no one ever saw him with his very merry twinkle in the night. The tiny star was lonely. Then it happened one night that a child was to be born, and the angel in charge of birthdays called all the other angels together. And he told them to find a star with a merry twinkle to put high in the sky for the little boy's birthday. A star for a little boy's birthday? Surely, thought the angels, this must be a wonderful child to have a star for his very own. Surely then we must find the most glorious star in all the heavens for such a child. So they went and summoned all the stars that ever glistened in the skies. The sun came, and with him came the moon. with them came all the thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of stars. And when the people on earth saw them all rushing across the skies, they thought, soon we shall see a great thing. And they waited with great wonder and hope. The lonely little star waited in his far corner of the sky. No angel had seen him, no angel had called him. Oh, thought he, as he watched his brothers and sisters hurrying across the sky, oh, what a wonderful sight it will be for the child when the angel picks the star for his birthday. And he laughed aloud as the thought came to him. And soon all the other stars stood in long and shiny rows. Each of them thinking, surely I shall be chosen. Surely I shall be the one to shine on this holy night. Then the angel in charge of birthdays said, but one star is still missing. How shall we choose from all the stars if one is lacking? So the angels searched the heavens again. But no other star could they find. Then the angel in charge of birthdays looked and spied the tiniest flicker in the far-off corner of the universe. And though it flickered dimly, there seemed a merry laughter in his twinkling. See, said the angel, here is the missing star. And he stretched out his hand and gently plucked the tiny star from the cold darkness and set it before him. Then he said while he smiled, would you not shine for us tonight, little one? The tiny star trembled to see himself before the bright company of angels. I would, said he, yet I am not worthy. I am but newly come, and but a dim flicker in all this world of light. Then suddenly he glowed brighter. Oh, were I but strong and glorious, how I would shine for that child, how I would glisten in his eyes to see him laugh. Then said the angel, come, little one, you shall be our star. Come, I shall give you of my strength. And the angel breathed the brightness of his smile into the heart of the little star and set him high in the heavens. The little star laughed aloud with happiness. Where is the child? Let me see him, that we may be together. And the angel showed him the manger in the little town of Bethlehem. The night was silent, and the tiny star waited. Suddenly, the cry of a newborn child flew high into the sky and came frightened to the little star. Be not afraid, said the star. See, I am with thee. I shall come with thee. And he shone into the town of Bethlehem, and saw the manger, and found the newborn child. See, little child, whispered the tiny star, see how merry I am. And the child smiled at him. Then the star looked into his eyes and saw how they sparkled as though they were filled with many stars. Oh, thought the tiny star, now I am not lonely. A child has smiled at me, and how bright are his eyes. Then the child stretched his arms toward the sky and played with a merry twinkling star. Then thought the star, I must tell the earth, I must tell the world, I must tell how wondrous is the child born this holy night. And so out into the world he sped, bright with his smile of happiness, to tell what he had seen. And high on the hills he found shepherds guarding their flocks. Come with me, he beckoned. Come with me, he sang.
Shepherds watching in the night, singing now, shining so bright. Let me lead you in my light. Come and see my wondrous sight.
And he brought them to the child, and the shepherds were happy. Then out over the desert he shone, and made the sands glisten for the kings who were bringing their gifts to the child.
3 great kings alone in the night, singing now, shining so bright. Let me lead you in my light. Come and see this wondrous sight.
And he brought them to the child, and the kings were happy. All through the dark night the stars sang of this wondrous sight. The angels smiled to hear his song, and they too sang with him, and the whole world rejoiced. And all through the night the little star watched over the child. Then soon the night faded away, and it was day. Now I can rest, thought the little star, twinkling with all of his might to stay awake. And slowly he went before the angel in charge of birthdays. Have I done well? He whispered, and fell fast asleep. Nay, wake him not, smiled the angel. He has done well, our little star. Let him rest. Then softly he took the tiny sleeping star and gently set him into a great crown of shining light. The little child slumbered in the manger. The tiny star slept in the crown of jeweled light. And once a year, on that very same night, the angel in charge of birthdays plucks the tiny star from the shining crown, wakes him, and sends him to shine in the eyes of all children all over the world. And that is why the eyes of children everywhere sparkle like stars on Christmas Day.